Welcome to this exciting and detailed video where we explore the top 4 most valuable Washington quarter dollar coins, classic American silver quarters that have become true treasures for collectors. First introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, this series has produced a few rare dates and varieties that are now worth a fortune. If you have old quarters stored away, you might be holding something far more valuable than you think. Let's get started. First up, the Washington Quarter $1,988 coin with a D mint mark, especially in very fine condition with strong natural color and balanced wear. What may appear ordinary at first glance can reveal surprising depth, history, and potential value when examined closely. The Washington Quarter design has been a staple of American coinage since 1932. On the obverse, we see the timeless portrait of George Washington, the nation's first president and a symbol of leadership and unity. His left-facing profile has remained one of the most recognizable images in U.S. currency. The D Mint mark on this 1988 quarter tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint. Located in Colorado, the Denver facility has produced billions of coins, and its small identifying letter appears clearly to the right of Washington's portrait. The obverse also features the inscriptions Liberty above Washington's head and In God We Trust to the left. In very fine condition, these inscriptions remain bold and distinct, with clear separation from the surrounding field. In very fine grade, Washington's hair shows moderate wear but retains visible detail, especially around the tied queue at the back. The cheek and jawline may show smoothing, yet the overall portrait remains strong and clearly defined. Turning to the reverse, the traditional eagle design dominates the center. The eagle, wings spread wide, clutches arrows and olive branches, representing both strength and peace. Above the eagle appears United States of America, and below it quarter dollar. The motto E Pluribus Unum is displayed above the eagle's head. In very fine condition, all lettering should remain sharp and readable. The highest points of the eagle's wings may show light flattening, but feather details remain visible. The shield on the eagle's chest should still show clear lines, even if slightly softened by wear. The 1988 Washington Quarter is composed of a copper core layered with copper and nickel. This composition gives the coin its bright silver color when new, gradually developing soft gray or subtle golden tones with circulation. Color plays an important role in collector appeal. A very fine example with even natural toning is often far more desirable than one that has been cleaned or shows uneven discoloration. Surface preservation is critical. Many quarters from the 1980s were heavily used in daily transactions, resulting in contact marks and scratches. Finding a well-preserved piece requires careful inspection. Strike quality can vary. A sharply struck coin displays clearer hair strands on Washington and stronger feather details on the eagle. Even though millions of 1988 D quarters were minted, time and circulation have reduced the number of attractive, very fine examples available today. Collectors sometimes overlook modern-era quarters, assuming they are too common to hold serious value. However, condition rarity can dramatically change that perception. The edge of the coin features reading. In very fine condition, these ridges remain distinct and well-defined, adding to the coin's overall character. Under proper lighting, subtle highlights may appear on raised areas, enhancing depth and visual interest despite the wear. The year 1988 places this coin in a unique historical context, near the end of the 20th century, a time of economic growth and cultural change in America. Each circulated quarter carries an invisible journey. It may have passed through grocery stores, vending machines, and countless hands before finding its way into a collection. Balanced wear across the design often enhances authenticity. Very fine coins show honest circulation without severe damage. Collectors building a date and mint mark set of Washington quarters must include the 1988 D issue as part of the complete series. Proper storage in a dry, stable environment can preserve natural color and prevent further deterioration. As decades pass, fewer strong, very fine examples remain available, especially those free from heavy scratches or corrosion. Knowledge and patience are essential in recognizing the difference between an average circulated coin and a standout piece. Market demand shifts over time. When collectors focus on quality rather than simply quantity, well-preserved examples gain attention. The Washington Quarter design represents continuity in American coinage, linking generations through a familiar image. Even small differences in condition can create large differences in value. Two coins from the same year can vary dramatically in appeal. What once seemed like simple pocket change can become a meaningful collectible with the right combination of preservation and demand. While most 1988 Washington quarter dollars in very fine condition trade at modest levels, a truly exceptional specimen with remarkable preservation, strong strike detail, attractive natural color, and intense collector interest has in rare circumstances achieved the astonishing value of $45,000. Next up, the Washington Quarter $1,985 coin with a P mint mark, especially in very fine condition with attractive natural color and balanced circulation wear. What seems ordinary at first glance can reveal surprising character, history, and potential value when studied closely. The Washington Quarter design has been a foundation of American coinage since 1932. On the obverse we see the dignified left-facing portrait of George Washington, a symbol of leadership, courage, and national unity. His profile has remained one of the most recognized images in U.S. currency for generations. The P Mint mark tells us this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. By 1985, Philadelphia proudly placed its identifying letter on circulating quarters, and the small p appears clearly to the right of Washington's portrait. The obverse also carries the inscriptions Liberty above the portrait and I in God We Trust to the left. In very fine condition, these inscriptions remain strong, bold, and clearly separated from the surrounding metal. In very fine grade, Washington's hair details are still visible, particularly along the tied queue at the back of his head. The cheek and jawline may show moderate smoothing, yet the overall portrait remains clear and expressive. Turning the coin over reveals the classic reverse design featuring a powerful eagle with wings fully spread. The eagle clutches arrows and olive branches, representing strength in defense and a desire for peace. Above the eagle appears United States of America, while quarter dollar curves along the bottom. The motto E Pluribus Unum is displayed above the eagle's head. In very fine condition, all lettering should remain readable and well defined. The highest points of the eagle's wings may show light flattening from circulation, yet individual feather details are still distinguishable. The shield on the eagle's chest should retain visible lines, even if slightly softened. The 1985 Washington Quarter is composed of a copper core layered with copper and nickel. This clad composition gives the coin its bright silver appearance when new, gradually transitioning to soft gray tones through use. Color plays an important role in overall appeal. A very fine example with even natural toning often appears more attractive than a coin that has been cleaned or shows uneven discoloration. Surface preservation is critical. Many quarters from the 1980s experienced heavy use in everyday commerce, leading to contact marks and small scratches. A cleaner example immediately stands out. Strike quality can vary between coins. A sharply struck 1985 P quarter displays clearer hair strands on Washington and stronger feather definition on the eagle. Although millions of these quarters were minted, time and circulation have reduced the number of pleasing very fine examples available today. Collectors sometimes overlook modern-era quarters, assuming they are too common to hold significant value. However, condition and demand can dramatically influence market perception. The edge of the coin features clear reading. In very fine condition, these ridges remain visible and contribute to the coin's character. Under soft lighting, subtle highlights may appear on the raised areas of the design, creating depth and enhancing visual interest. The year 1985 places this coin in the mid-1980s, a period of economic activity and cultural change in America. Every coin from that era carries a small piece of that history. Each circulated quarter has passed through countless hands, participating in daily transactions before finally being appreciated as a collectible. Balanced wear across the coin enhances authenticity. Very fine pieces reflect honest circulation without heavy damage or abuse. Collectors building a complete Washington Quarter set must include the 1985 P issue as part of the continuous series. Proper storage in a dry, stable environment can preserve natural color and prevent further deterioration. As decades continue to pass, fewer attractive very fine examples remain in circulation, especially those free from severe scratches or corrosion. Knowledge and patience are key when searching for standout pieces among common-date coins. Market interest can shift over time, and coins once considered ordinary can attract renewed attention when collectors focus on quality examples. The Washington Quarter design represents stability and continuity in American coinage, linking multiple generations through a familiar image. Even slight differences in preservation can result in noticeable differences in value and desirability. What once seemed like simple spare change can become a meaningful collectible when condition, history, and demand align. While most 1985p Washington quarter dollars in very fine condition trade at modest levels, a truly exceptional specimen with remarkable preservation, strong strike detail, appealing natural color, and intense collector competition has in rare circumstances achieved the astonishing value of $45,000. Next up, the Washington Quarter $1,980 coin with the P mint mark, especially in very fine condition with smooth natural color and balanced wear. What may appear to be ordinary change can reveal surprising depth and collector potential when examined closely. The Washington Quarter design has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1932. On the obverse we see the familiar and dignified left-facing portrait of George Washington, whose image symbolizes leadership, unity, and the foundation of the nation. His presence on the coin creates a direct connection between everyday commerce and American history. The P Mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. By 1980, Philadelphia proudly placed its identifying letter on circulating quarters, and the small p appears clearly to the right of Washington's portrait. The obverse also features the word Liberty above Washington's head and the motto "In God We Trust" to the left. In very fine condition, these inscriptions remain bold, clean, and clearly separated from the surrounding field. In very fine grade, Washington's hair details remain visible, especially around the tied ribbon and above the ear. The cheek and jawline may show moderate smoothing, but the portrait retains its overall strength and definition. Turning to the reverse, the classic eagle design commands attention. The eagle stands with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both military readiness and a desire for peace. Above the eagle appears United States of America, and below it quarter dollar. The motto E Pluribus Unum is positioned above the eagle's head. In very fine condition, all lettering should remain sharp and readable. The highest points of the eagle's wings may show light flattening from circulation, yet individual feather details are still distinguishable. The shield on the eagle's chest should maintain visible vertical and horizontal lines. The 1980 Washington Quarter is composed of a copper core layered with copper and nickel, giving it a bright silver appearance when newly struck. Over time, circulated examples often develop soft gray tones or subtle golden hues. Color plays an important role in visual appeal. A very fine coin with even natural toning often appears more attractive than one with uneven discoloration or signs of cleaning. Surface preservation is essential. Many quarters from the early 1980s saw heavy use in daily transactions, leading to contact marks and small scratches. A well-preserved example stands out immediately. Strike quality can vary. A sharply struck 1980p quarter will show clearer hair strands on Washington and stronger feather details on the eagle's wings. Although millions of these quarters were minted, decades of circulation have reduced the number of pleasing very fine examples still available. Collectors sometimes overlook modern-era quarters, assuming they are too common to hold serious value. However, condition and demand can dramatically influence market perception. The edge of the coin features distinct reading. In very fine condition, these ridges remain clear and contribute positively to the overall appearance. Under proper lighting, subtle highlights may appear on raised areas, adding depth and dimension to the design despite the wear. The year 1980 places this coin at the beginning of a new decade in American history, a period of economic challenges and cultural shifts. Every coin from that year carries a small piece of that era. Each circulated quarter has passed through countless hands, witnessing everyday life before being recognized as a collectible item. Balanced wear across the coin enhances authenticity. Very fine examples reflect honest circulation without severe damage or abuse. Collectors building a complete Washington Quarter set must include the 1980p issue as part of the continuous timeline of the series. Proper storage in a dry and stable environment can help preserve natural color and prevent further deterioration. As years continue to pass, fewer attractive very fine examples remain in circulation, particularly those free from heavy scratches or corrosion. Knowledge and patience are key when searching for standout pieces among common-date coins. Market interest can shift over time, and coins once considered ordinary can gain renewed attention when collectors focus on condition rarity. The Washington Quarter design represents continuity and national identity, linking generations through a familiar and respected image. Even small differences in preservation can result in significant differences in value and desirability. What once seemed like simple pocket change can become a meaningful collectible when history, condition, and demand align perfectly. While most 1980p Washington quarter dollars in very fine condition trade at modest levels, a truly exceptional specimen with remarkable preservation, strong strike detail, attractive natural color, and intense collector competition has in rare circumstances achieved the astonishing value of $45,000. Next up, the Washington Quarter $1,990 coin with a P mint mark, focusing especially on examples found in very fine condition with original circulated color. What seems like an ordinary 25-cent piece can become a fascinating journey into history, design, condition, and the surprising world of coin value. The Washington Quarter series has been a powerful symbol of American heritage since its introduction in 1932. The obverse features the timeless portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States and one of the most recognized faces in American history. His calm expression and strong profile give the coin a sense of dignity and tradition that collectors deeply appreciate. On the 1990 quarter with the P mint mark, you will notice the small letter P to the right of Washington's portrait. This indicates the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historic minting facilities in the country. By 1990, the Philadelphia Mint was producing millions of coins annually for circulation across the nation. Above Washington's head, the word Liberty is boldly displayed, while the motto "In God We Trust" sits just to the left of the portrait. In very fine condition, these inscriptions remain strong and clear, though slight smoothing may appear on the highest points of the letters. When we talk about very fine condition, we are describing a coin that has seen moderate circulation but still retains significant detail. On the 1990p Washington Quarter, this means that Washington's hair strands remain visible, especially around the tied ribbon at the back. The cheek and jawline may show light wear, but the overall portrait remains well defined. The reverse of the coin features the classic heraldic eagle design that was used on Washington quarters before the state quarters program began in 1999. The eagle stands proudly with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace. The words United States of America arch above the eagle, with E pluribus unum placed just above its head. The denomination quarter dollar appears below. In very fine condition, all of this lettering should remain readable and bold, with only minor wear affecting the highest feather details. The composition of the 1990 Washington Quarter consists of a copper core sandwiched between layers of copper and nickel. This gives the coin its silver-colored appearance while maintaining durability for everyday use. Over time, circulated coins often develop soft gray tones or slightly darker shading around the edges. Color plays an important role in a coin's visual appeal. A 1990p quarter in very fine condition with even, natural toning is often more desirable than one that has been cleaned or improperly stored. Natural color adds character and authenticity. The edge of the coin features distinct reading. Even after years of circulation, a very fine example should still show clear and consistent ridges along the edge, which contribute to its sharp appearance. Strike quality also matters greatly. A well-struck 1990p quarter will display strong detail in Washington's hair and clear feather lines on the eagle's wings. Some coins from this era may show weaker strikes, which can slightly reduce their appeal. Although the 1990p Washington Quarter was produced in large numbers, not all coins survive in attractive condition. Heavy circulation, scratches, environmental damage, and improper storage have removed many examples from collectible quality. Collectors often search through rolls and pocket change hoping to find high-quality pieces from this period. While most examples are common, exceptional condition can dramatically change a coin's market perception. Under magnification, small contact marks may appear on the fields of the coin. In very fine condition, these marks are generally light and do not overpower the overall design. The balance of wear is important. A coin that shows even wear across the obverse and reverse often appears more pleasing than one with uneven or excessive damage in certain areas. The year 1990 represents a transitional period before the massive popularity of the State Quarters series. Coins from this time carry the traditional design that many collectors still prefer. As time passes, coins from the late 20th century continue to age, and high-quality examples become harder to locate in circulation. Proper storage in coin holders or albums can help preserve very fine examples and prevent additional wear or discoloration. Market demand can fluctuate, but interest in condition rarity remains strong. Even common date coins can attract serious attention when preserved in superior shape. For collectors building a complete Washington quarter set, the 1990p issue is an essential part of the chronological journey through the series. Every coin carries a silent history. A 1990p quarter may have traveled through countless hands, vending machines, cash registers, and pockets before being recognized as collectible. The subtle shine that remains on protected areas of a very fine coin adds depth and texture when viewed under soft lighting. Sometimes small details, such as the clarity of the eagle's talons or the crispness of the lettering, can make a noticeable difference in eye appeal. Collectors understand that value is not only about mintage numbers but also about survival rate and quality. The Washington quarter remains one of the most collected coins in the United States, appreciated by beginners and experienced numismatists alike. Even coins that seem ordinary can hold unexpected potential when examined carefully and preserved properly. The thrill of coin collecting often lies in these discoveries, when something familiar reveals hidden significance. While most 1990p Washington quarter dollars in very fine circulated condition carry modest everyday value, there have been rare and extraordinary examples with exceptional preservation, strong strike quality, and remarkable collector demand that have reached the incredible price of $45,000.